What I think is interesting is that a lot of people want collaboration and diversity within their working environment. People, and especially leaders, like the idea of having a diverse team that comes up with these radical, game-changing ideas that are going to lead towards growth or help accomplish the goal. And many leaders would probably blindly say that they have a good relationship with their team and that those who work for them approve of their leadership. However, the reality is that most teams that people have worked on, they probably didn't enjoy. I can think back to times in middle school or high school where teachers would have us do group projects, and man, I hated group projects because it was always difficult to collaborate with the team on what direction to go and who should lead what and who's responsible for this or for that, and ideas were often shut down or unheard, and everyone's just tiptoeing around what they want to do or not do. However, John Maxwell explains in his book, The 17 Essential Qualities of a Team Player, that the power of collaboration is multiplication. And Catherine Phillips, Associate Professor of Management and Organization at the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University, says that we are more thoughtful and we recognize and utilize more of the information that we have at our disposal when diversity is present. The problem is, oftentimes, leaders simply tolerate diversity rather than actually wanting diversity. They want someone with a diverse perspective to help come up with an answer when they get stuck in their own thinking, but they only want new ideas if they ask for it and if they can't think of one on their own. And really, many leaders don't often want to actually hear diverse ideas because it challenges them or makes them feel threatened or insecure. One church leader I worked for constantly became defensive if I made any sort of suggestions or thoughts about the church that was outside of the ministry that I was personally leading. And my thoughts or ideas were always looked at as criticisms to someone else on the team rather than me just wanting to be a team player and see the church as a whole get better. And if ever I asked why we did something a certain way, the answer was most often, well, that's just the way that we've always done it. And so how, as leaders, do we move past that? I think the answer is empathy. Empathy is what allows us to truly hear what another person is saying without taking offense. Without empathy, we tend to feel as though certain individuals on the team who are different, whether in their thoughts, attitudes, or physical appearance, are not a good fit for us or the team, or they just don't see eye to eye with our vision. In theory, very few people in the American church are opposed to the idea of racial and cultural diversity, but experience would suggest that on this issue, good intentions do not equal forward progress. And I know that diversity goes beyond just race and culture, but I can tell you from personal experience that those factors are often the first to be seen when considering diversity. I remember watching an episode of the former NBC show The Office where a certain individual was up for a promotion, and one character named Daryl, who was interviewing for the position, he begins listing off all of his different credentials for the job, and he ends it by saying, "Oh, well, it doesn't hurt either that, well, I'm black." Now, this is a hilarious take on how companies try to value diversity in their workplace and management positions, but so often this is more than just a hilarious stereotype. And in my own personal ministry, when I've interviewed for ministry positions at churches, the topic of me being black and helping the church represent the diversity that's around them almost always comes up. But personally, I find this to be a lack of understanding of what true diversity is really all about. See, I believe it's important for church leaders to truly understand the value of diversity and what it can bring to your teams and organizations. Diversity isn't just about having one individual on a team who's different than the rest and can offer some sort of alternative perspective. Diversity represents ages, races, social economic statuses, genders, different upbringings and backgrounds, and many other differences that people have. And a Forbes research study suggests that the mere presence of social diversity makes people with independent points of views more willing to voice those points of views and others more willing to listen. The true value of diversity is that it challenges everyone in the organization. We're more thoughtful and we recognize and utilize more of the information that we have at our disposal when diversity is present. And that's what diversity is all about.